What's up, everybody? Yeah, just me. Just me. Nobody else is here. It's just me.
And the voices in his head.
Yeah.
We are a figment of your imagination.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Constructed Chaos, where we run our D&D live stream every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you're new to the stream, things are probably looking normal. If you're not new to the stream, if you're an old friend, things might be looking a little bit different. And that's because we are starting the new year a little early. We're trying some new things. Ooh. I got some new cameras for the stream, so we can go full screen on some of this stuff. And I can show you guys a lot better the amazing beard butter from our sponsors, Tabletop Beard.
We have autofocus.
Yes.
We have autofocus like some influencers.
Yes. And you know I got to do the warlock because it's got a tiefling on the art. This beard butter smells like chocolate and cherry, and it says a touch of dark magic. I don't get the dark magic, but oh my god, there it is.
Oh my god.
No, this stuff is amazing. The container is massive, so it'll last you a really long time. And they do oils too. That's their primary product, but we like to show off everything. The beard butter is great for shaping and keeping your beard hydrated. I'm going to put some of this stuff on before we start. While I do that, I'm going to show off our sponsor.
I want to smell.
Welcome back, everyone. Just me again. Before we start,
no, it's not.
Got to give our sponsors. Yeah, got to give our sponsors one more. I like this. I like that. Like you can hear the voices in my head, but you can't see you guys. Got to give our sponsors a big thank you one more time. You can use code CHAOS20 for 20% off at checkout if you go to their website down below and get some awesome beard products for yourself. Or, if you don't have a beard, use it in your hair. If you don't have hair, get it anyway. It's really good. You'll like it.
Might
I
have
promise.
some hair.
Smells good. You could just leave it open in your
as a
mouth.
moisturizer.
Smell a good smell.
Put a candle in it.
With all that said, I'm going to bring the mood back down a little bit as we settle in and regroup from our somber affair at the end of last session. And it is time. Morgan, you still got to say the thing.
You can't see me.
Yeah, but you still
Why
got to say
don't I have my own camera?
You need to
I
have
want my own camera.
A little pop-in of Morgan
so
at the
I can
bottom.
say it's time to roll that
Okay,
beautiful
the
bead
camera's
footage.
on you.
She said it. She said it. Press the button.
You forget you can see the screen.
The weight of solemnity lingers palpably in the sediment-laden air as you stand amidst the aftermath of a fatal rite. Before your eyes, the poignant passing of Vorgos has left a haunting imprint. Cinder, the enigmatic ailment that claimed his life, remains an elusive specter, leaving whispers of despair in its wake. And as the ritual trails off into silence, the intricate interweaving of blood and ink has now passed on an umbric mark, carrying Vorgos' lineage and legacy to his grieving child, Vestal. You reluctantly bear witness to the fragile form, weeping inconsolably, pressing his head against his father's chest as a hushed chorus of emotions echo against the wind that pours in through several small holes in the silken ceiling. Daring not break the devastating quietude, you are instead left to ponder the tragedy of Cinder, the mystery of the Umbric runes, and the burden of what lies ahead in this forsaken land. Welcome back, everyone.
Oh,
Now you can
we're
see
on this
us.
time?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
The council has arrived.
Look at
Very
me.
funny. So,
The Donner Party's here, you
Yeah.
guys.
oh
No,
God.
no, no. We have to come up with a
Absolutely
better
not.
one.
No.
We got to come up with a better name so we can stop that joke.
So, now that the four of you have seen the intro and Chad has seen the intro, we rejoin Vestal and his family as he continues to weep into his father's chest, his father no longer moving. Lyrael wipes her eyes as she places a hand upon Vestal's shoulder and looks him in the eyes. You live for your father now as well. Let his strength carry you forward. I will. Mama. As he kind of looks away to hide another tear falling. She sighs. I am sorry. I knew he was not long for this world, but I did not know how close he was to death. He was a willful spirit. He carried his illness well.
Alex, I know the boy's tattoo is necrotic, and I have detect magic up.
Mm-hmm.
Being that I have 2 tattoos of my own, can I glean anything else other than like it's necromancy?
Well, it's funny because now that the tattoo has fully imbued itself, it is exuding the same evocation energy that his father's tattoo was.
Mm. And she had one too, and it was different magic.
If I remember right, it was illusion.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
illusion. Yeah.
The
The mom had illusion, the dad had evocation, and now the boy has evocation.
the tattoos are their last names.
But the tattoo was necrotic as it transferred over from father to son.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It like changed. But anyway.
Lyrael begins to gather a few of the ceremonial offerings and paraphernalia that she used to conduct this ritual. As she looks to the four of you, if I could trouble you a bit more. The boy must seek out our Zergova, our elder. His name is Ignatius. If I could trouble you to stay with him, make sure he finds his way there and then back here. I must prepare the body with ceremonial wrappings. As it so happens, if you have any questions, which it appeared that you did, Ignatius would be the one to answer them, I think.
During these ceremonies, does the giver of the tattoo usually die?
It is not uncommon. The ritual places a strong burden upon the body.
So their condition usually worsens after the ritual is complete, if not extinguishes their life?
As far as I have witnessed, yes.
How old was he?
Borgos was
6.
45. 45 years.
Do you remember a point in time where the cinder wasn't part of y'all lives? And
Cinder has always been here. My father died from it. His father died from it.
I'm saying if they didn't have cinder, how long would you have lived?
That is a good question. Some believe that we are just a cursed people, and even outside of these walls, we would not live for long. But I have heard from those who have ventured outside of our village, outside of Zealous, that they've found longevity in more hospitable lands.
Oh, so you think it's something just living here gives you cinder?
I think that it's a big part of it. Yes.
Can I see if the umbrage that I had written on my arm has that reacted in any way to what had happened?
Make. Are you trying to see if like it reacted to the ritual, or like if someone else has reacted to it?
The ritual, yeah. If it's reacting.
Arcana check then. Yeah.
12.
By your best estimation, the writings that are on your arms are still not magical, though they are close to the umbric symbols that you have seen in the past. They don't match exactly with the ones that are on Vestal and Lirael, but it doesn't appear that magic has been transferred to it in light of this ritual.
Can you read umbric? I don't remember if we asked him this already, but
I'm sorry?
can you read? And I'll point to the words on my arm.
I did notice you wear a number of family crests. How did this come to be?
It's a recent change. We've come across these letters in other lands, and I figure the best way to spark conversation is to wear them.
Well, you'll have to forgive my surprise. I am not used to seeing outsiders wear such things. I have only known our people to carry such a mark. These are symbols of our families.
But they have no linguistic meaning?
None that I am aware of. We do not have names for these. They are simply our family crest.
I'm going to take out a piece of paper and write only one of the symbols from the note. I don't know. Did we ever discuss how many symbols are on the note that I have?
We did not. I can't remember the exact number, but I think it's ballpark 20.
Okay, then I'm gonna jot down like the first, middle, and last one on a piece of paper. Do you know what families these are?
I don't recognize them. I don't believe that's any of the people that live here.
Okay.
But there are a large number of these crests. If you're hoping to find certain families by waving your paper around, I imagine it could take some time.
Why don't you and your family leave this place?
We feel that this is the land we were given. This is the land that we were told was ours.
But it's cursed.
Who says that? You say that?
You just told me that it's cursed.
I said
With the
that
cinder.
cinder may be causing our lifespans to shorten, but this is our home. This is the way it has always been. And thanks to our crests, we carry the marks of those who came before us, with us. Now please, I have some things to tend to before the pyre tonight. Voragos' passing was unexpected, and I would not like to do him the dishonor of waiting before conducting his pyre ritual.
Yeah.
Vestal, go and find the Zergova. You remember Ignatius. Tell him that your father has passed, and I will see you back here. Yes, Mama.
How long is the walk to Ignatius?
I don't think it's far. He should be here somewhere in the village.
Okay.
Yep.
As soon as we step outside, I'm going to start re-ritual casting Detect Magic so that when we get there, it should be fresh.
I did want to ask the mom before we left. So, is there a library or like an archive of the families here in Zealous anywhere that we could reference?
If there was an archive that you'd like to reference of families in Zealous, I doubt that it would cover every single one, but I have no doubt that such an archive would exist in Al-Khazir, our capital city.
It would at least give us a starting point.
Maybe so. Thank you for looking after Vestal.
Our sorrows be with you.
With your spirit.
Sorrows.
I just realized the umbric on my arm, if they're family crests, might look like tick marks on a helmet of murders. You know what I mean? Like,
God.
It's possible.
I was like, uh-oh.
You might be understanding now why she saw it and didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
And then you brought attention
Yeah.
to it.
Yoinks.
Yeah.
Look at this!
Well, I
You
know
know
their
these
family
fucking
crests.
families?
I thought it was the letters. I thought I had ABC on my
You
arm.
knew them.
Yeah.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Oh, God. As you exit the humble abode, you take one last glance at Lirael behind you as she begins gathering wrappings and slowly bandaging Voragos's body, who has grown even paler and more discolored as his blue color fades for a hue of gray that is so lifeless it is unbecoming of a humanoid body.
As we look back, there's no necrotic energies coming off of him or anything.
You don't see any.
Okay.
Vestal begins to walk through the town, occasionally kind of wiping his eyes and sniffing, trying to shake it off. Thanks for the help with finding my branch. Father said it was a good one.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Would you like us to walk with you to find Ignatius before we leave?
Well, you don't have to. I know my way around the town, but that is what Mama said. I think she said Ignatius could help you.
He might have some answers for our questions.
Oh, Grim, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Sorry, I was so immersed I didn't even notice. But yeah, 10 gifties. I will add your chaos points here in just a
Nice.
moment.
Thank you, Graham.
Thank you so much, man. And welcome all the new chaos members. So many new friends. Vestal walks through the town, and as you get a better look at this small group of hovels, the situation in Skaldarath becomes even more apparent. It is a dire life here. If Cinder does not take you, then famine or dehydration might. But eventually you come upon a structure that is less modest than the rest. A cylindrical building with a rounded rooftop. It stands as one of the only complete stone structures in the village, and it looks to be quite old. As Vestal peers around the corner, you look into the darkness within this building, and you see a deep orange tiefling with curled horns. He has a bit of hair on the top of his head, very short, starting to gray, and a bit of a goatee that goes from gray into a black near the tip.
Does he look to be older than Varagos, was it? The guy who just died?
He does look older than Voragos.
Borg.
As he turns, he sees Vestal. Ah, Vestal. You come with friends. Welcome, travelers. I do not know your names or your faces, but I should certainly like to.
My name is Drazad.
I'll just look
We are
at
all
it.
friends.
I didn't know he was finished talking. I thought he was saying I would like to something else. I didn't realize. I didn't realize he was finished.
Come here on a very long journey looking for something that was stolen from us. Well, for me, but us at this point.
If something of value was stolen, I can assure you that it is not here.
We are also looking for someone who may have passed through these lands with a staff, with many of those family crests, as we've been told they are.
Where exactly did they come from?
They would have come from Vithnica.
South of here, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but potentially have come through this way, around the wall instead of through it.
If you chased someone who came south of here, I doubt they would have made it this way. You may want to try your luck in Charos. It is a hub near the south gate of Zealous.
We, before we get too far into that, we also just witnessed a beautiful ceremony, and learned of the... What's the disease called again?
Cinder.
Cinder. And just learned of the cinder that plagues your lands, and,
You see Vestal begin to weep
yes.
again, just holding his composure.
I was curious if the cinder always accelerates during the ceremony, or...
Excuse me. He kneels down to Vestal.
Be like, yo, his daddy just died.
And I want to know,
But-
did his ceremony that he did
Yeah.
speed it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Child,
Did he just kill his daddy?
Yeah, totally lost on Valoth, but...
I'm so sorry. Voragos was a good man. He was a good friend. But know that all here in the village will look after you just as if you were their own child.
What color is this dude's tattoo glowing?
His would be evocation as well.
Okay.
Am I to understand that we will be doing the pyre ritual tonight? Yes, sir. Very well. I will begin the preparations and spread word throughout the city. Get some rest, Vestil. You have done well this day. Yes, sir. Thanks again for everything. I'll be going back to Mama now.
Thank you for allowing us to witness that.
Did we notice any, is there commerce here? Are they using, gold, silver, stuff like that? I realize this place is insanely poor.
It's very
Right.
much a community. It is a socialism based commune here.
Okay.
It's very much like we are just keeping each other alive as
Got
much
it.
as we can. There is if people have money, they're not spending it on goods.
Okay.
It's
like the goods
bartering.
the goods would be worth more to them than the
money.
money.
Mhm.
Okay.
It also seems like they don't get very many visitors, so it's like outsiders would be the only ones who might care about the money.
Right.
So Vestal leaves the chambers, and you are left alone with Ignatius.
I want to give Vessel before he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give him my spear,
Your one with the fist on it.
the regular one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't have the other one.
No,
The
the,
other one-
black one's
yeah.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, the obsidian ones.
The one that got replaced with
Okay.
the thing, and I just want to
With
kneel
Bacchus
down and I want to
bodies.
tell him look, hey, come see
Yes.
here, and I give him my spear and I tell him, you're the man of your family now, and use this for hunting, use it for protection, but I think you need to have something with you.
Thank you. I will use it to remember this day. I've not had something so nice as this before. Thank you.
Makes
Do you-
me wanna-
Do you need anything in return?
No. I
You should-
I
you
need
should
you
stay.
to. I need you. I take that back. I need you to.
Do a dance.
No. I need you to, in your own time, find the courage to move on.
I will try.
No rush.
Here's
Mama
a spear.
tells me
Get
that-
over it.
Go kill some stuff.
My mom tells me that this is what father would have wanted. And I've known that he was weak for some time. I knew this day would come. I do miss him, but I feel he is still with me. In some respect. You should stay for a time. I think the people would like to see some new faces. I know I did. Maybe I could see your machine again.
We could show you around it, I think.
I'd like that.
You just don't get to know the password.
Everybody knows about me.
I don't know it.
Yeah,
He
no, only
changed it.
now only
Oh.
Jazad and I.
He changed it on me.
Ignatius leans in. Okay, Vestel. Thank you for everything you've done today. Please now, run home to Lirael. I know she must be worried. Yes, sir. And he leaves. So it seems that you come bearing no ill will against our people. This is a nice and welcome change from the usual.
Is he avoiding my question, or did you forget?
What was the question?
If the ceremony,
The latter.
because I started to traumatize the kid, so he
Yeah.
deviated to the kid. But does the ceremony speed up the cinder process typically?
The rite of passage does usually cause some distress to those who...
We got an item.
Oh, nice.
What is it?
It's an axe.
Hey,
I can't see.
re-roll it. Because you guys have like breathing apparatuses. I want to make
it's
sure we
an
get
axe-
something good.
Axe of breathing, I guess.
It was a breathing bubble.
Ooh.
And now we have a mystery key.
Oh.
A mystery key. This is something you put in there? Just like
Yeah.
mystery thing? Ooh.
Now we
Yeah.
have to wait until we roll the mystery box.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try this key and everything.
Grim Reaper, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
This is
Thank
this
you,
is an
man.
auspicious
right?
item.
The top one?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure I rolled the right one.
As he begins to answer your question, the box begins to chime.
I was like,
a
I'm never
cell
gonna get the
phone
answer to this
going
question.
off in a funeral.
Yeah, I'm all like scared to open it because the last time it was like a suit of armor. Like,
It expands and clicks open, and there you see a key no larger than the length of your hand.
No
with a
larger than.
skull on it or something. Like,
It is a golden key. Looks to be quite old. The tip of it is... It's got a bunch of jagged marks and ways to extend and retract the tip of it.
the teeth. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You just hear Jazad. Why the hell is she sending us a key to a town where she has never been before?
We don't. They don't send notes with this, huh? To
No.
tell us what they are.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Okay.
That's part of the fun.
I did not-
The other one's kind of self-explanatory.
I do not even
but-
know. Do they have doors with locks here even?
If you want, I can. Is it giving off magic energy?
Oh yeah.
Well, I've got
'cause
detect
you can-
magic
you
up.
can- Yeah.
The mystery key, I imagine.
What's what?
It's the Grim key.
It's the grim
The
key.
Grim
That's
key,
canon
yeah.
now.
What is the school?
I am
He's
looking
making
it up. No, I'm not making it up. I'm looking it up. I'm not sure what the school of this would be. Enchantment, maybe?
Yeah.
But it's,
You can
when in doubt,
identify-
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can identify.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you want me to hold on to it, I can
Sure.
identify it in a few minutes.
Just using me.
looking kind of beyond your magical contraption, Ignatius turns back to you. The stress of the rite of passage is intense, and even those of a healthy mind and body do sometimes suffer.
How long have you had your tattoo, your family crest?
A number of years, since I was about 15.
And what about Varagos?
Varagos would have gotten his... It's hard for me to say from memory. We were not close, but we knew each other growing up. I believe that he got his from his mother. And if I'm not mistaken, she passed after my father, so it would have been... Perhaps he was 20 years of age, roughly?
Ooh.
I am a wizard, and in witnessing the ceremony of the passing of the tattoo, his glowed much like yours does of evocation magic, much like the young boy's does still. But during the transfer, there were necrotic energies there, and I'm wondering if the tattoo doesn't play some role in the sender effectiveness on your peoples. Maybe now, seeing this simple use case, that maybe the tattoos prolong your life. And had he had his earlier, he would have lived longer.
These crests are part of our culture, and of course, many have posed the same thoughts as you have here. But the rest assured, this is not a way to lessen a life. These tattoos have nothing to do with Cinder.
Can I insight check that?
Would Vala, would you have told us that like each tattoo's showing up as a different school of magic?
Not unless you asked.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's just how Val
I know, no.
straightfortard. He wouldn't.
I just didn't want to say something if you hadn't like been like, yeah, casually
13.
brought it up. Yeah. How many hit points are you at? No.
I got 17 AC, boy. Almost twice as much as my health.
He's definitely telling the truth, and as he sees your questioning look, he looks upon you. These crests, they carry with them a power, yes. The power of our forebears, the people that came before us. Surely you have heard that the people of Zealous carry a great magic. It is compounded upon generations. What was at first started as a way to trace bloodlines for the strongest magical aptitudes was eventually become tradition and a way to identify ourselves and our family, a way to hold them close to our hearts, even after Cinder claims them. I hope that answers your questions. I have much preparation to do. As the boy mentioned, you are welcome to stay for the pyre ritual, as you have also witnessed Vorgos in life and death. I believe his spirit would want you there.
I'm gonna begin ritual casting. Identify on the key.
Okay. Valon is like, I'm done with this.
He said he's done answering our questions, so I was like, Elson, thank you.
Seems to be.
And then
the key just floating in front of me.
yeah.
Ignatius turns and begins to work through different paraphernalia. Again, very ceremonial. There's a bit of sage that he begins breaking out. He lights it. The room begins to smell of charred wood. And you all are free to do whatever you would like to do.
What does the... What's going on in the city? Like, what is their day-to-day? Like,
So,
they're
as you were...
hunters, they're gatherers, they're, like...
Gather water.
I'll actually say make an insight check. Just to
Okay.
see how much you could have picked up from walking through the city. Or the town,
I think it's
village.
18.
Probably.
So flying in on the Copper Griffin, you remembered seeing kites gathering moisture from the boiling sea just to the west of Skaldaroth. So you know that much, that they sustain themselves with that water. But as you walk through town, you did also see a number of people walking with what appeared to be specialized nets with rakes attached at the ends. Some of them carried jars with large insects inside of them. And with your 18, you definitely would have smelled an aroma of spices as someone cooked a meal after being approached with one of these jars and emptying it.
Okay. So they eat bugs.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah,
I mean,
You see Drazad suddenly have a flashback to his little I can't remember what they were called now.
Simpler
His little
days.
rust monster friend.
oh yeah.
And he just kind of goes,
Not a bug.
it is a
Sort of.
odd existence.
You have antenna, yeah.
I forget, did you ever tell us? Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
That.
Yeah.
I am, if you all think it is worth it, I think it might be a wise idea to maybe sending the Sarian and ask if he knows where Isolde began her search at. Which probably should have been done before we stopped here, but
I
you
do
know,
believe he did tell us.
it's.
It's just been about 5 days.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Flora.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I don't. Drazad's memory, there's a whole.
I was
there.
enamored by the Umbric, so I don't remember much.
Flora. Can you...
Oh yeah.
This
Oh,
is what we
yeah.
have. Can y'all read it?
You might have to hold it closer to your face where so it's lit up.
That's blown
Now
out.
it's too
Yeah,
blown out.
too
Somewhere in the
bright.
middle.
We got some 10s.
Goldilocks, that's
So
it.
14 and 18 and 2 plus 8.
Thank
Oh,
you
it's in
so
front. In front of
much.
that.
Flora, is there anything you can do to, like,
I can
make
do a lot of
make
stuff.
a well or
Let's see.
make these trees come back to life?
Laura, do you have a
Actually-
wish
Yeah.
spell?
I might. Hold on. I don't have a wish spell. I might be able to make some back.
I don't. I feel like there's more we should be able to do to help these people, even temporarily.
So I have something called Wither and Bloom, but it's for creatures unless our DM would let me flavor it to not be creatures. But that's really the only thing I have. I could speak with plants and summon them back from the dead.
I could try and skywrite to give him some shade. But, like, that's about it.
Do you want to try to speak with the dead trees?
I mean, I can, but I don't know, like, what.
No, I'm just making a joke.
I
It
can
serves
speak
no
with
odds.
them, but
Hey, how's it going? It's all right. Dead.
Dead, you know.
I can give someone cold dragon breath.
No,
Spew
I
some
don't-
ice out.
As druids, we draw strength from the land, and this land has none left to give. I think I would be limited to drawing out maybe a few flowers. This place is as barren as they say.
you want some flowers, my man? That's what you're saying?
Matavi is saying this.
Oh, okay.
He could make some flowers, maybe.
Forgot he was with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did too.
Always watching.
He's always here.
Do I know what
He's
this
gonna
key?
be like Clot in our last campaign.
Maybe.
The fucking
Oh,
dog that-
Matavi! I thought this was the dude that was
No.
preparing for the ritual.
No.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
He's the new Clot.
Me too. Yeah.
You're gonna forget him everywhere.
Yeah, but he's got legs and like
He can follow
consciousness.
us,
He
yeah.
knows where
And
we're
a-
going.
and a
He can say
voice.
things.
Poor
Yeah.
Clot.
Not that Clot didn't have legs, but you know what I mean. Like he has his own.
Poor
So-
Clot.
If you guys are done with your day, we can kind of fast forward as the day
What is
winds on.
the key? Give me when I identify it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I
Uh,
am gonna sending Thessarian.
I
So
feel like it's a lock picker's key.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like it gives you advantage on lockpicking or something.
I actually have one of those in my house. It's fun.
this mystery
Like a bump
key has
yeah.
a 20% chance to unlock any lock in which it is inserted. Once it unlocks something, it disappears.
20%.
Oh. Wait.
Still not bad.
We
What
have
if
So
it
one
fails?
time, like, try.
We have a 1 in 5 chance of unlocking something with this key,
Oh, you
and then
say
once
like
it
that.
does, it's gone.
Wait, what happens?
So
Does it disappear if it fails?
Mhm.
Oh.
No, once it unlocks something, it goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could
So
try
save it
and
until we run
after.
into something that's.
So if it doesn't
really-
work,
It's
Yeah, we
you
have
It
it.
just still have
stays.
a key. Okay.
Yeah.
But save it until we find something that's lock pickable.
Unlock
Is that how you
pickable.
say that?
Or if we're in a hurry, if we're running somewhere and we come to a dead end, we're being chased.
Oh, we'll just bash the door down. at that
Do you
point.
think it could break arcane locks, or is it mechanical only?
Could it break
It
arcane locks?
has to be a lock that it can be inserted into.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it's like, I
So
guess
if it's a door that is locked using arcane magic,
Ew.
I would say yes. But if it is like a barrier made by, then
yeah.
no.
It's not the
No. Yeah. Okay. That's
Sora's
no,
key
that's what I
sword.
was
Yeah.
thinking, but that's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
what is it called?
That
What?
The
keyblade.
key sword, keyblade.
Oh,
Keyblade.
uh-huh.
You can't unlock hearts.
That
with
is
it.
You get one
I
video.
saw-
You get one of those video games every like 15 years. It's hard
Yeah.
to remember.
Every time I think of that game, I hear the sounds of picking up the little balls when you hit something. That's
I
what
hear the
the
menu
footsteps.
menu music.
Oh.
If she has had this whole time,
Footsteps.
why did she not let us use this?
She
whenever
She
probably
might have.
just
She
made
probably
it.
just made it. Yes.
Oh, that's fair. I forget that she doesn't.
What did she? Wait, what were you hoping to use it for?
For whenever we were at the mill stacks, trying to be quiet with the doors and everything.
Odd. I don't know why, but I feel like this suits
See?
you best.
Sure, I'll take it.
I kind of agree.
Immediately uses it to pilot the ship.
This will be the emergency. Yes.
There's no keyhole on
There's
that.
no keyhole. It's canon. It's a.
It's a dial, for
Dial
letters.
lock.
Yeah.
Rule of cool, I don't know.
I just shove it in there as hard as I can.
You don't use that to unlock it. Just use the pry to open.
That's why. That's why it's
It
done.
pops open and the key just disappears.
Oh my god.
We get into a pinch where we're like, "Odd,
that key
unlock the
on?"
door," and you're like,
Oh.
funny story."
Yeah.
So I went midnight joyriding. Okay.
How very Joey Tribbiani of you.
Yeah.
And I would like to sending Thessarian.
Okay.
Okay, he already knows it's Drazad whenever I talk to him. Okay.
Love Cheryl.
Do you know where Isolde started her journey? And where
He's holding Mabel. So.
she may have continued with it
With it.
afterwards?
That's one way. So this is 12.
I hope you are doing okay. Tell Malachi Drazad said
I don't know what number it is.
How many words?
I think this
God.
is 17.
That's fine. That
Just, yeah.
Yeah. Sin.
yes.
After
Tell Malachi.
Push a button in the air.
Tell Malachi Drazad says,
Middle finger.
Flora
emoji.
sees you start rambling and she's like, maybe just send it.
Yeah.
As-
I was
Stumbles
hoping
upon
because
his
you
words.
one hand was busy.
As your arcane energy carries through the atmosphere, you wait for a moment as eventually you feel that same energy return to you, almost as if on a string.
How goes your journey? Is Olday, as far as I am aware, began her research in Charles?
Okay, so this is
We
where
need to
go
find
then.
this man named Charles.
I was thinking the same thing.
Last
It's
we
churros.
heard, she was descending into the tunnels below the city.
That is the end.
Oh my god. Okay, so let me explain a new pet peeve of Drazad's.
Oh god.
Asking a question that you can't respond
Yes,
to.
you are a high mage. He is the high mage of the Vidnikin Plateau, and you telling me he does not understand that I cannot respond to that question?
You can. You just need to cast the spell again.
Absolutely not.
I think that's what
I also like to think that we all know that you say this.
Is Olday.
He knows,
yeah.
but he's also very powerful, so he's probably just like, oh, we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
He's like,
He
oh,
could-
you can
Waste
wait.
another spell
You
slot.
could just
It's
keep
fine.
casting a spell at will, like
Right.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, got a
Anyway.
D20.
Besides being annoyed by that,
Thank you.
Ooh, ooh.
Ignatius was correct. I do think we need to head to Charos next and start our search. The only thing that I already see being an issue is she was last contacted when she was going underneath some tunnels in the city.
10.
Oh, she lost cell reception.
And
Thank you.
thanks, Graham.
Cell. What is
The
cell?
sending stones.
Oh,
the reception
right.
for the sending
Right.
stones. Yeah.
I'm sure it went out of the range of
Yeah.
them, you know. Although sending is planar, that is weird. Anyway,
Yeah, but the stones don't work as good as the spell.
true, right.
Yeah.
They are not as talented as Drazad.
Estrozada.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Drazad, you are pretty talented.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am
Do not ever
Drazad.
turn into me again. I have not forgotten that. Do not worry, Odd. So, I
Identity theft
say
is not a joke.
we help these people by bringing them a little bit of fun into their lives. A little bit of, whoop, whoop, at the
don't-
pyre.
I don't think these people like fun.
And,
They don't know fun yet. They don't know if they like it.
right, they literally eat bugs. They,
Is that a bad word?
no, I feel bad for, judging them a little bit. And then I
You
think
should
we should
try
head
it.
to
It's probably
Charos.
pretty good. Yeah. So do they want us to stay for the pyre? Is there
Yeah.
Vestal invited you to, and then
the ship
Ignatius
needs to-
basically said that
the
it
ship
is-
needs to wait the night.
Yeah,
pretty
we gotta
much,
sleep
yeah.
here.
Okay.
I think that
I
was
got-
actually a 20.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're just going in there and changing things, you little hacker. No, you don't get to do that.
I'm in the mainframe.
Change it back.
I'm in.
Change it back.
No, it's not.
Yeah, careful. We're gonna lose those rolls all.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna.
I'm gonna program him to
gonna-
just do 19s.
Stop. I'm
He's
gonna get.
gonna take away my access.
will take-
to
I'll
the
take
drop
19.
dogs.
I'm
No,
gonna get
I'll
like
take
19
when we
is
get
the
back to break.
highest, is what I mean.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
No natural 20s.
Is there I know y'all gonna have a pyre, but do y'all celebrate when somebody passes? Is there a
Like
Get
they live their wonderful
together,
life,
or
kind
like
of a thing. With the
There
food.
is a small reception afterwards with some food.
yeah? Whatever food we have, I don't know. We don't really track rations and stuff like that, but I would imagine we have food on the ship that is
Yeah.
probably better than the food they have. Would like to bring some down
That is a good
Okay.
idea, Odd.
and try and prep it and cook it as best we can.
Yeah.
Okay. The four of you make your way back to the ship, gather up whatever rations and food that you might have that you think these people might not be accustomed to, and I'll say that You
Meat.
easily have
Meat.
a number of different kinds of meats.
Fruits, meat,
Some fruits,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
They're gonna
Things
eat
that
meat
keep well.
protein and like die.
Oh no!
We're gonna give him
What have I
cholera.
been doing here all my
no.
life? And as you make your way back into the city and the sun is beginning to
That's awesome.
lower, you see more of the locals than you had during the midday. As people begin to leave their homes, you see them carrying various dishes themselves. Some of them eyeing you a bit oddly, not expecting visitors that look like you. Some of them eyeing the food that you carry, possibly not ever having seen something like that before. But the crowd generally moves towards the coast, and you follow. Eventually, you come to a stone pyre that sits atop a raised section overlooking a cliff above the boiling sea. As soon as you take in the sight, you see behind you Lirael and Vestal carrying a fully bandaged, what you can only assume is Voragos, slowly walking up and placing him onto the stone pyre. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a glow of warm hues over the boiling sea, you stand witness to the wrapped body of Voragos. The tieflings of Skaldarath, bathed in the ethereal waning light, gather somberly around the pyre, each one in turn pressing a hand to the shrouded form of their departed brother, and then holding the same hand to their crest tattoos as they fall into the crowd. In the fading sunlight, Ignatius, the Zergova, the conductor of this rite, moves with deliberate grace. Circumnavigating the pyre 3 times, he invokes the legacy of Voragos. Voragos the Strong, he intones. And the crowd responds. The Strong. Voragos the Willful. The Willful. Amidst the gathering gloom, Vestal and Lirael approach, bearing a torch that flickers with trepidation in the seaborne breeze. Voragos the Loving. And the community proclaims with him, in bittersweet harmony, the Loving. The torch lowers, and the ceremonial wrappings enveloping Voragos' form catch ablaze. The sea continues to boil, sending tendrils of steam skyward as if carrying the essence of Voragos towards the heavens. Ignatius speaks as this occurs. We will return the power of the soil. We will remember the power of the soul. As the light of the pyre wanes against the dark sky beyond, Drazad, this ritual reminds you of an old adage in Hrafheim. I'm going to ask the 3 of you to leave the room.
I'm gonna say no.
Never my turn.
Mabel, you gotta stay with me.
You stand, years ago, at a forge late in the night, soaked in sweat from a long day's labor against a stubborn piece of ore that is taking longer than usual to shape and sharpen. What do you do to resolve this?
If it's taking longer than usual, I would probably still kind of keep up with my normal form. Maybe put a little bit more effort into it. But I would probably begin... My thoughts would probably start wandering to talking to Paraxis to help me.
Okay. Then I will say make an athletics check, followed up by a religion check.
Athletics is 15. Religion's nat 20, so 25.
Okay. As you slam harder than usual into the ore, sparks go flying, and some of it does bend into shape as you intended. But the ripples of your impact cause some of the other parts that you've been working so hard on to bend out of shape, working against your progress a bit. But as you call out in your mind to Pyraxis, you feel the warmth of the forge. You feel the shape that you wish for this ore to take. And you feel as though you can shape it. You strike again.
And I will.
Okay. Bringing down your hammer once more with more intensity. You slam against the piece. And as brittle as obsidian is, it cracks. What do you do?
I would probably get frustrated. I would take a step back, confused, not knowing why it cracked like this, because I've never had this issue before. Knowing we have plenty of obsidian around, but still knowing how wonderful of an ore it is, I would probably place my hand over it and attempt to mend it if it's small enough.
As you begin to do this, you hear the voice of the Forge Master behind you. The Forge Master who you thought had gone home long since you were working on this piece. You've good instincts and able hands, but you must also remember why our craft is a sacred one, Drazad.
I will not forget that. Why do you say this? What has Drazad done wrong?
It is important to remember. We do not work with ores and metals. We sculpt the bones of our forebears, returned to dust, but still a part of this future. Do not strike with such intensity. Coerce, mold, shape. But you are right. Nothing is truly gone, and as you move your hand, you see the obsidian is mended and ready to be worked again. What do you do?
I'll regard him, and I understand to have respect, especially for the things that come from the earth, of which we will return to eventually as well. I just did not want to waste something, and I do not know. I feel I am having an issue I have not had before.
You will face times in your life where you feel like you're not able to overcome the obstacles in front of you. But you must remember, Pyraxis did not make something from nothing. We are merely called to sculpt what is here. And the bones of yesterday empower us to do so. Do not think of these as ores and metals. These are relics of the past. One day you will become metal, and someone will sculpt you.
I understand.
Now, try again.
And this time, as I go to strike it to shape it, to kind of help with the controlling the heat of it, I'll use like searing smite basically.
Okay.
And add the heat into the hammer that I'm working with to help kind of mold it and soften the blows.
Okay. Make another athletics check for me.
I think it's +2. That's +3. 9. 13.
Okay. With your 13 and with the aid of your Pyraxis-fueled smite, you are able to shape the obsidian in one fell swoop. You feel it shift and mold as if turned from iron to a feather. It's immediately more pliable and bendable and workable. As you recall that you sculpted the bones of the earth. Coming back to the present day, you see the fading form of Voragos and think about the fact that his bones will become part of the earth. The fact that his soul is now a part of Vestal.
Yeah.
And I'll call everyone back in. Let's take a little 30-minute, sorry, not 30-minute, 10-minute break.
No.
That would be way too long.
Yeah.
Little 10-minute break. We'll be right back as we gather everyone back around the table. Don't go nowhere, and we'll see you in a second. Bye-bye.
Bye. We'll be back.
Terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Drazani, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Keyblade Guy, Justinian at Darkeport, Leodus Chiron, Sebastian Paz, Klaus Keller, User 4685, Ceci, Caitlin Jockums, Silverlock, Arrow Soul, Jinx Phantom Hive, Seamus Corbett, Charles Beasley, HP Fallen, Daniel Thornton, Harley Patterson, Jared, Zaya Audience, Cody, Lose Your Sky, Amanda Rios, Fated Caliber, Lee H, Fred Martinez, Josh Wilcox, Spud McStud, Tyler Stevens, 9861, Angel Jobert, Shepdog, Spicer23, Damo Divan, Magi of Thoth, Jack David, JD, Zufoth Impala, Brother Oblivion, Don Bjorno, Dog Sashu 36000, Nosy DM, Hardcore, Doppeldraken, Caramel Thunder, Rick D, Fami Chicky, Maxime Prudhomme, Lupus 117, Darl Yubi, Newton 103, FTG Vader, Tenacious B, Number 1 Black Knight fan, Zura Maru, Zyborg, Kenzie Waxman 41, Awesome Face 123, Ready Player Mom, Just Riker, Broncos Games and Stuff, Nick Dyson, Pass Boof, Rich Balls, Leo Mark Bernabe, and The Lost Soul. You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it. Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by three brothers that have combined two great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high-quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here, letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left. Ew, not that. I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that?
Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you, by chance, by destiny, by desire. It matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Hey.
Whoa, it like jumped
That was
straight
fast.
back. It did
Yeah.
not. Hang on, let me.
I was here the
Goodbye.
whole time.
Yeah, that's what it should look like.
Hey.
That was weird.
Did it not do that?
Yeah,
No.
it like jumped. It
Yeah,
jittered.
just cut
anyway,
straight.
welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a great break. We definitely did. I know it was a little bit of an early one, but yeah, had a little bit of one-on-one RP action. Now we're back.
And I had to
As-
potty, so get over it.
And so did the puppies.
The four of you are still gathered around the pyre, and as the light from it is now become the sole source of illumination and the sun is set completely, many people are beginning to circle around the small tables of local food. And one area in particular is quite popular, and that is the food that you all have brought.
Before the sunset, I would have liked to ritual cast Skywrite,
Mm-hmm.
the family crest
Okay.
in the sky, their family crest.
You Skywrite and Umbric over there?
I mean, it's a language. I
but
technically
the family
can.
crest of the people that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you said, yeah.
Yeah.
Not one
What?
of your blood crest.
No.
He was blue, right? Vorgos?
Hi.
Yeah, he was like a midnight blue.
When I put it in the sky, I then also write it on my wrist where everybody can see. No.
So are you long lost cousin?
You put a small one just underneath your eye right here, you know?
Ignatius finds you. You were able to do this?
Yes.
A nice gesture. I thank you. I was unaware that we were in the presence of someone so talented.
Of course, yes. I actually have my another magic spell preparing the food, and the food's floating, and the unseen servant is helping prep food.
You see a few of the kids like kind of like looking around. One of them like reaches up to try and grab the food, but then the servant maybe like slaps his hand. You just see the hand move like, oh, it's not ready yet. So
Yeah.
Ignatius, I have a strange question. Would it be odd of me if I turned the fire blue?
I would permit it. There are no
All
distinct
those
rules against it. No.
And you'll see Drazad kind of look over and he'll essentially just wave his hand and the fire will become the same midnight blue hue of the tiefling skin.
You've only just arrived today, but I feel as though you've earned a part in this family. I can't help but feel it was the fates that brought you here on this day.
This family deserves better, just like you all do. And that may not be something we can fix easily, but we can at least distract for now.
Make no mistake, this is a hard thing to live with. But death is what it is. If we lived elsewhere, we would still die. This would still occur. There would be sadness and grief. But here we are, struggling to survive, but in a time of peace. I have not lived through much war, but I know my ancestors have. We have secured this small slice of peace in Zealous. And I am happy to see it in whatever form it takes.
You are a stronger people than I think most would give you credit for.
Thank you. I know that must not come lightly from an adventurer such as yourself. I'm sure you are quite strong as well.
I did get stabbed in the chest this one time. That was pretty rough.
I used to be an adventurer.
Yeah,
Then got stabbed in the chest.
Please, help yourself to any of the food. I will be here as well if you have more pressing matters that you need to tend to or questions you need to ask. I'm free to help now.
Did you tell us what Homeboy said in your sending message back, or no?
About the
I
tunnels?
would have. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I said that out loud. Yeah.
I
I was like, it's in my notes. I don't know anymore.
What do you know of Karos?
I know that it is the first stop for many travelers into Zealous. The fact that you have arrived here and not heard of Charos is confusing to me. Did you come from the north? From Imsford?
We came from
The southwest.
the Red Bastion.
The old fortress.
Does Charos have an underground?
It is complicated, Ignatius, where we come from.
It sounds quite complicated. How did you make it across the sea?
Again, it is quite complicated, even for someone who makes things to explain.
Well, then I will answer the question that I can, which is, yes. Taros is built atop an insect mound. There are many tunnels beneath. If you have not noticed as much already, the insect life beneath the earth here is what allows us to sustain ourselves.
What else is down there?
Do they have rust monsters?
Rust monsters?
Never mind.
Are there any ruins or old?
Maple.
I've heard
People.
stories of old settlements that lived beneath the land, but as far as I understand it, in Charos, they are very picky and choosy about who gets to go into the mound, or as they call it, the Hamat.
Oh, Hamid going in that mound. Thanks, Morgan.
It is...
It's gonna be a good short. Just us two giggling.
Just a dead pause for a long time afterwards. Yeah.
You may have to ask some of the locals there for more information, but to answer your question, there are expansive tunnels beneath, and I am sure they lead to unknown places. As I understand, the people of Charos, the gatherers there, do not descend too deep.
One last question for you. We are new to the lands. Is there any people or group of people that we should watch out for that are not as pure-hearted as the people here in Skaldarith?
Like anyone who may have committed any kind of murder, crimes, felonies, or anything to that degree that we should be on the
So
lookout
We're wondering
for.
about. I was about to say, but
I
we're
can't
wondering about the
say it.
socioeconomic, political.
I would have to say that the people here in Skaldarith, as well as the rest of the settlements on the fringes of Zealous, are more accustomed to tourism. We're more accustomed to seeing people not of our own kind. If you make your way as far as Alcazir, or even Volkair, I would not expect a warm welcome.
Who are the natives of Alcazir? Why would they not?
They are tieflings, such as us. But after years of persecution and little to no exposure to the outside world, the people that live in Alcazir can be a little bit more distrustful.
That is understandable. Well, good thing we hopefully aren't going there.
At the very least, you do well to enjoy yourself in Charos. I understand that it is a flourishing city with many faces different from our own. It is not like here. But somehow I think I like here better. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a bit of delicious soup over there that has been calling my name since the pyre ritual ended. Goodbye.
What kind of food do they have?
Soup.
Oh, besides the soup. I'm just wondering.
Soup that is too hot.
Yeah.
Looking over,
Soup in the desert.
some desert soup.
It's a bad. It's probably like
Gazpacho.
Yeah, they have
like,
cold soup.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's soup and milk in the middle of the desert.
Where is it? I haven't. Here it is. Okay.
Milk was
Yeah,
a terrible soup.
that's a weird question.
So moving towards the food area, the buffet, if you will. It's quite modest, and the bowls are made out of old insect carapace. Some of them are actually mud and clay bowls that are fired to hold shape. But you see, in particular, a soup with glowing bugs floating in the broth.
Cool.
The broth itself is deep red. Not quite crimson, blood-colored. It looks a bit muddier than that. But the smell wafting off of it is surprisingly sweet. Next to it, you see a casing of petrified insects, steamed cylindrical, bioluminescent, and with light-up spindles along their backs. As you see a couple of the kids reach in and grab a handful, they crunch one, and you see a bit of like blue bioluminescent juice like light up their mouths.
You visibly see Drazad get the chills.
So this is like when Fritz
This is
ate
kind of
whatever
like
that
whenever
was.
he puts the light in your mouth.
Yeah, I'll try one.
No, that is
Okay.
very different.
I will say make a con save, really low DC.
We
Basically, you want to see if you like it or not.
an 8 plus I don't know 3.
Okay. There's a pretty noticeable crunch when you bite into it, almost as if there's little to no moisture within this insect. But as you reach the core, a wave of
The nougaty core.
nougat like sort of washes over your palate, and it's a little bit sour, but it's pleasing. It's good.
Okay.
If you can ignore the fact that these are insects that were probably alive just a little while ago, you could eat a dozen of these easy.
Mm.
So it's basically like crawfish.
Sort of.
Oh, okay.
They're not sour though. Crawfish aren't sour. These
No,
are kind of
but like
sour.
we're just eating bugs.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I've lived 28 years on this planet, and I've never wanted to become a vegan more than right now.
You never thought of crawfish as bugs?
No, I have.
Well-
it's just
Oh,
the way
yeah.
Alex is just really good at describing
Yeah,
things, and
he
I'm
makes
like
me real
really
sick.
into
Yeah.
it, and so I'm
Yeah.
like,
So Drazad,
all the-
as you think to yourself, like, I would love to become vegan and
Nice.
not eat any of this, you see a bowl of what appears to be scorched leaves covered in a sticky spice, a mixture of spices.
okay, I will specifically go out of my way to grab one of the mud wood fire, bowls, and I'll kind of walk up to the salad and. Do they have utensils?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna kind of like move the salad around. Does anything crawl?
Nothing crawls. Make a investigation check.
Yeah, you little shit. Yeah.
Nothing crawls, but it does fly.
A 5.
Oh.
You're surprised at the fact that there are leaves in this place because all the trees are so barren, but apparently there are plants that grow
Okay.
leaves and petals.
I was like, oh my god, Prasad was so excited for a salad, and I'll fix me a plate. And
Can
start
I
eating.
roll an investigation check as he's eating?
You can.
Dude, those are like bug wings or something.
Do I see her? Do I see her looking at it? Do I see her like looking at it? Like,
That would be good. Crunch.
do I see her investigating it?
No, because I got a 4.
You see her
She's
kind
like,
of
"Ooh,
glance
looks good."
over and Flora, you're like, wow, this
I'll
looks
have
pretty
one
good.
of those too.
Okay.
Do you want the
I'll
cockroach shell
have what
bowl
she's
or a
having.
Yeah,
mud bowl?
Valve is trying a little bit of
I
everything.
think I'll take a mud bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me
that
too.
Drazad
Yeah.
too.
As the two of you continue to eat this salad, and you reach the center of one of the large leaves that makes up
I
its
don't like
leafy
that you said
portion,
center.
you discover that the leaves are actually insects shaped and colored like ashen leaves. They are a bit tough and chewy, but offer a sweet and spicy flavor mix that actually makes it a bit hard to stop eating. They're sort of
Just
like...
offers up.
Did you roll yourself a contact?
Drazad immediately... Are you like trying to hide it, or are you just like barfing off to the side?
No, I'm probably just like
Flora's gonna eat it, and she has no problem with it.
Nice.
She's like, okay,
Yeah, you probably had bugs before.
yeah, some bugs.
No,
it's
this
fine.
is bugs, Flora. Well, you're from the forest. That's true.
Bugs.
As you're
Bugs,
keeling
Flora.
over and trying to hold your composure, you see one of the remaining leaves in your bowl under the light of the pyre.
Running
It sort of
away.
reflects. It's like it's got two little eyes in the top, two little black beady eyes looking back at you.
Is it alive?
No, but
Okay.
you can tell that these are insects now.
Flora,
Dressot, it's okay. It's all look. They look like leaves.
No, it is not.
I'll make some flowers off of my staff of flowers.
God, I wish
Be
Valof was
"These are
more
the edible
mischievous."
ones."
I'd be screwed with Drazad.
You guys actually also see, as you're trying new things, a lot of the villagers are trying the delicacies that you've brought them. Many of them are oohing and eyeing over the flavors. You see some of them are like testing it against their lips without actually fully eating
Yeah.
it. But the
Is
second,
any one of them throwing up from it? Like Drazad?
yeah.
Like they're like, oh, this is weird.
Are they eating a hamburger patty and being like,
Meat?
you see
That's an us.
one of the kids like make a face and then go back to eating the lightning bugs. Yeah.
I look over at the kid and I go,
I want to
I
make sure
understand.
that like I'm not. I want to try everything, and then but to like show my interest, but not to eat like a heavy,
Yeah.
a big portion.
Yeah.
Same here.
Like
Yeah.
so that way, like
I'm not eating
there's
all their
plenty
food.
enough to go around for everybody else. Type
Well,
of thing.
As it so happens, the last dish that you guys haven't tried is the soup with crunchy, glowing.
hell.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Little-
as
little bowl.
you get a bowl, you see Ignatius standing next to it as he gets himself a second helping. These are dirt fleas.
Dirt fleas.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Delicious
Yeah.
beyond what you could even imagine.
Okay.
And as you take a bite, the broth is somewhat pungent, and the fleas inside of it are somewhat flavorless. They really just kind of offer a crunch. You can almost think of it as like a pungent cereal.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. When you make like a cream-based soup and you put the black sesame seeds.
Yeah,
on
there
top.
you go.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
And it's like the contrast,
Just for the
the
texture.
crunch. Yeah.
Oh, when you make a creme blanc, you know?
But with bugs.
Yes. But with roaches.
One of the few plants that grows in this area, the petals are able to be cooked down into a concentrate to make this broth. And it is it's an acquired taste, but once you've acquired it, oh, it's so good.
As we discovered when we got to imagine the most tasteful food that we wanted. And Valof has zero imagination. He's like, this is good.
Yeah. This is great.
This thing's good.
Is there anything you guys would like to do as the night begins to wind down?
Do I think Odd's lying about the food being good?
I
Roll
am-
persuasion and insight, or
Yeah.
deception and insight, whichever.
I think you're going to believe him. Mr. Charisma Boy over
Yeah.
here.
25.
Oh, fuck. I think I got 22. Wait, what's 15 plus 7? Yeah,
No,
it's
22.
22.
No, it really is good. You got to try it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
Drazad.
You are not going to convince
Drazad.
Drazad to try it.
It is
You
quite
gotta
good.
try it.
Nope.
You have to try it.
No,
I'm
Drazad does not
like,
have to do anything.
You
My-
believe him though, but
my
you rolled
25,
lower.
I'm not gonna let up.
He believes that he
it's-
believes it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he believes to be
I
convinced.
think that you are cheating the game, Dressad. You failed your roll.
You see, I was going to cast Zone of Truth on him if he was lying. You see, Drazad goes,
I mean, you can still cast it. You don't know.
Your whole life.
You're
is,
not casting suggestion on me right now.
Drazai, your
and
whole entire life is nothing but a series of events
do you
strung
have
together.
Do you have a bowl of soup?
I do.
Okay.
Now remember,
stick my
you like
finger in your
bugs.
bowl of soup and go. What does it taste like?
It's really concentrated, very thick, quite pungent, but you
Okay.
could almost think of it. It doesn't taste like a roux, but it's in that same space. You know what I mean?
Do I get crunchy bits just from dipping my finger in and licking it?
Plenty of fleas in there. I got extra fleas in there.
I'm so
We'll say yes.
tempted.
There is a
I go-
crunchy bit.
You lie.
I'm so
I wasn't
tempted
lying.
That is
to pour
disgusting.
my
Oh my god.
potion of charm person
Yeah.
to make him
Eat everything?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the idea you want to
Oh,
do, I can try.
Yeah,
it.
I've been
wanna
looking at my
waste
spells, but
it.
Valath wouldn't.
I don't want to
do
waste
that
the
kinda-
potion.
But man, I've wanted to.
I know.
I will.
God, I am tired of your tricks.
Hey, I wasn't lying. I was serious. I think this food is a delicacy.
It is good.
You are right. You know, you do think that odd. That's fair. That's very fair.
I would like to offer a drink. Pull out the tankard,
Okay.
and then make three.
Oh, yeah.
He's gotta make 3 pints. I imagine like there's no alcohol here, right?
None that you've seen.
Are they making any type of like
my God,
Fermented
we're gonna-
bugs.
bug alcohol?
Gonna
Yeah.
kill these people.
I don't know. I would just like to pour a drink for the family.
We come and introduce all
Maybe
kind
the
of
old
diseases.
man, whoever else wants some. I don't know. It makes like a dwarven ale.
What is this mixture?
This is called alcohol, or ale, if you will.
I have heard of ale.
You heard of ale?
I have not had it before.
Has anybody had it?
I don't believe many of us, perhaps a few.
Maybe
Okay.
they should not have it because they don't have water here. I don't believe.
Yeah, they do have water. They
we
get
have,
it from
we
the
have
kites.
some water.
Okay, but like enough if you were all suddenly dehydrated overnight.
Well, I mean,
Liquid that unhydrates you.
Why
would you drink
I will.
this?
I will pour this in shots, so that
Okay.
way everybody can have taste.
You see a few people like take a little sip and it's not quite for them.
Yeah.
The sweetness of a dwarven ale is, you learn, somewhat lost on some of the locals here who have become accustomed to
Everything's bitter.
bitter, sour. Although some of them do appear to like it, and it seems to be a lot of the same people that really enjoyed the petrified Bulgarovs,
Is that what they ate?
the little crunchy bioluminescent beetles.
Oh yeah, that's what I ate. That was good.
And as
I got
This-
suggestions.
yeah,
What is it? A charisma?
It's a
save?
wisdom.
It's a wisdom.
A wisdom save.
yeah, remember you're good
Oh,
at it.
Yeah, good. 19.
Damn
Damn
it, I
it.
wish he was a 1.
I'm out of portents, guys.
And as the night begins to draw on and these two cultures exchange in different customary foods and traditions, the 4 of you, 5 of you, Matapi is there too, eventually
Okay.
find
Sure.
your place at the residence of Vestal and Lirael. And you drift off into a peaceful sleep under the much less harsh night of Zealous.
Before we go to sleep, I'm gonna sending, and I'm gonna say, I have not forgotten about you. I will be your end. To Luciana.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Love and kisses.
XOXO.
XOXO.
Cuts and stabs. Cuts and stabs.
You get no response.
Oh, okay.
I go, okay, guys, I do not know if I just fucked up royally. But
Wait,
remember,
does he know if it made it or like it failed to hit
yeah,
and
I
they
think so.
just didn't respond?
No, I think you know if it.
If it found purchase, I
The
guess.
creature you recognizes spell and it was. You can send the message across. There's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. Oh, that's all. It doesn't specify. But that would only be Well, I guess she could, in theory, be planar.
If it's interplanar, there's a 5% chance that it fails,
Yeah.
but otherwise...
I don't know if I would know if it was interplane or not. Anyway, okay, I'll go. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, so listen. Drazad was feeling spicy, after
It's
today.
the bugs.
I think so. And you remember the tabaxi that stabbed Drazad?
Oh yeah, I definitely remember.
I
The
told her I
cabbage.
remembered her and that I was going to kill her. And she did not respond to me.
I
So
Sounds like you're afraid?
no.
Yeah.
Sounds like you drunk texted your ex.
Yeah, it did.
That is what it feels like. I'm not going to lie to you because I have a lot of regret right now. And like he said, fear. Fear.
Yeah, you drunk texted your ex.
She doesn't-
Ooh, Jasad has a crush.
It is somewhat unadulterated fear. I might just keep spirit guardians on all the time now.
My last girlfriend
Hey.
stabbed me once too.
Is this you, real Brett, talking?
No.
God damn it! I really wish it was.
It was the teeth all over again.
That's what I was like. I don't know if this is real or not right now.
I was like, God, please let it be real life.
Yeah, we were together for a while, and she stabbed me too. Maybe it'll work out for y'all.
Maybe her name wasn't Luciana,
No.
was it?
Work
oh,
out
okay,
for y'all.
wonderful.
It's gonna work out.
I
I got a
don't-
good feeling about y'all too.
No, I don't. I do not. Okay.
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay.
Drazad, do you need some help falling asleep tonight?
No, No, I will naturally fall asleep because if I get put magically to sleep and she does come to try to kill me, I would like to be more aware.
I'll hit you with a magic missile again to wake you up.
I cast suggestion on him again.
22. Odd, if you don't stop that
Oh
bullshit.
man.
You seem quite
I
tense.
wanted
I'm gonna
to
cast
see.
sleep on him at the 3rd level.
What am I gonna roll for that?
I roll, and if it's more or less
Above
than your hit points,
you
yeah.
go to sleep.
I know we were joking about it last time, but I am legit starting to see a tradition of basically when I tell you guys you're long resting, you're like,
Oh,
yeah.
spells!
Oh, the
That's why I
spell.
stopped casting spells because I was gonna be like, Alex, are we gonna wake up? Can I hit the long rest button?
5D.
yeah, one of these days I'm not going to let you guys complete a long rest, then you're going to be screwed.
No,
No.
I've watched too much Fantasy High to
Yeah.
blow all my spells up before I go to sleep.
I still have all of my spells.
I have all. I think I have all except my 3rd levels. Yeah, I have all of mine except my.
I don't think I'm gonna beat your
because I spent.
Are you guys making
No.
him go to sleep?
What was it?
28. I can make myself
Nope.
go to
Oh,
sleep.
because if you did, I was gonna entrap him, make him
No.
stuck to the ground too.
Why are
Odd,
you
I
all
think-
abusing Drazad tonight?
Odd, I think I'm having the same.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
I think it's Drazad. Drazad, does your new armor counteract spells?
Yeah. It's
Not
shiny.
Not that
doesn't it?
Drazad knows about. No, I do not think so.
You know what, Drazad? I think it does. I think it does.
Cast
I don't-
suggestion again.
No. I would like to persuade Drazad into believing that he has armor of spell negation.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure it
God,
just
dude.
gets dirty. In fact, I think I casted Identify on this armor and would know that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't
you would
think
know
that
for
one's
sure.
going to work, God.
You know what?
Bet.
What do you roll against deception?
Insight.
Insight.
Oh, great. What'd you roll?
A 23? 23.
No, don't take the chat. You would know, man. You cast Identify on your armor.
I did. It's just funny. I was like, "You're fucked." I rolled a 7. Whoops. Okay, enough shenanigans.
This is definitely more.
No, it is just very.
You've got some
shiny,
self-doubt now,
like
but-
Drazad scales.
Maybe your spell's broken because you had it near you when you casted it.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's what I'm talking about. You
My
don't
spell
have-
is not broken.
No, you cast Identify, and maybe it was
Buddy.
distorted by the armor.
But I casted Sending twice already today.
And
You didn't get a response on one of them.
response back.
To one of them, but the first one I did. And I cast Thaumaturgy.
I'm just saying.
I think you were trying to gaslight me
No,
again.
I look.
That's it. I'm changing the codes to the vehicle. I'm changing the codes to the
We
flying
have a
machine.
magic key.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Alex.
As you all eventually find rest,
Yeah.
you take one last look at your humble surroundings. Listening to the wind outside and the subtle chirp of some of the insect life, you make note of the peace you found here. It's not one that you've seen for a while. And you begin to realize exactly why the people stay here. Regardless of what illnesses befall them, this place does feel like home. You all complete a long night's rest.
Yay!
As the sun begins to beam in through the holes in the silken ceiling, luckily you don't have to worry about rain here. But it is quite warm. You likely wake up in a sweat as you see Lirael is leaving. She turns back to you. Vestel is still about. If you'd like to stay a while, make yourself at home. I need to begin my gathering duties. If I don't see you off before you leave. Thank you. Last night was a blessing. And I think you were meant to find us here in this place. Safe travels. As she leaves, the curtain flutters behind her. A wash of white light pours in every time it flutters open and reveals more of the humble surroundings of this space as Vestal rounds the corner. He sees the 5 of you now awake.
Would you like to see our ship?
I would, yes. Are you leaving now?
It will be fairly soon. We will be leaving. We have to take off.
I'll miss you. But I understand. Will you come back someday?
Of course.
Trizad does not think this is the last time you have seen him.
Good. All right then. Let's take another look at your ship. As the 5 of you leave this humble dwelling, you walk back towards the Copper Griffin, find it just as you left it, with a thin layer of dust over every nook and cranny. You climb into the ship and maybe allow Vestal to play at the steering wheel for a little bit. He toys around with some of the buttons and again runs his hand across the wood finishes. And then it is time to go. As Vestal steps off of the craft, he looks back upon all of you. You see a single tear run down before he catches it and wipes it away. Be careful. It's dangerous out there. Or so I've heard.
How far is it to
Probably.
Charon?
Close.
2-day travel.
Charos?
Yeah, I was
Oh, okay.
probably right.
I thought it would have been shorter. I was like, but we would still land outside the city. But okay.
I mean, roughly. You could probably overshoot it if you wanted to. Who is piloting?
Me.
No, I'll take us
Absolutely
off and
Okay. Make a survival check for me, Valoth.
Maybe I should be the one to pilot.
I got my portents, baby.
He wants to use them.
But I do not trust Odd.
Wow.
Oh, he's never tried suggestion on me. We don't know if it works or not.
True.
Good point.
I don't need my portents because that's the just as good as my top portent. 22 survival.
Nice. Now that
Yeah.
you've done this several times, you have a steady hand, you lift off the ship, no problem. And as it pushes off from the ground, you see some of the wind whip against Vestal. You quiet the engines just a bit so as not to discomfort him. And you're skilled enough to do so without causing any discomfort for your crewmates. As the ship carries you into the sky, you fly just above a thin layer of dust that hangs on the surface of Zealous. And you begin to move forward eastern towards Charos. In the distance, you see the forest of black trees begin to diminish, exchanged for a sea of red, cracked earth. To your left, you see the black peaks in the far, far distance.
Where's the scar?
And the scar actually would be pretty much your heading. It would be to the east. Is there anything you all would like to do during your 2 days of travel? It's okay if not. I know we just did a bunch of RP. I just wanted to toss it out there.
I want to practice my Umbric.
Okay.
I don't know what any of it means, but just, trying to remember all the letters I've seen, writing them down in my notebook, and
then I would say make a investigation check.
Thanks for the +6.
Just a
Ooh,
natural
hell yeah.
20 for a 28.
Ooh, nice. Okay. You've developed a pretty strong understanding of the symbols that you've been exposed to thus far as how to recreate them. The brushstrokes that most accurately depict Umbric. Most of the symbols are comprised of several lines and at least one dot in every character. They're very simple. But as you study it more, you begin to gather that this is less of a language and more of a magical rune. It carries an intrinsic power that is not used to convey words, but rather
Names.
rather effects.
Yeah.
Effects of the arcane.
Would I have known, and I know this is a little bit of retrospective, but like the evocation tattoos, did they have similar Umbric on them?
Yes.
Okay.
All of the tattoos you saw, especially with your 20 investigation, on the tieflings of Skaldarath, were either incomplete, in which they didn't have Umbric tattoos yet, mostly on younger kids who had just like the embellishments that surround it, or they were completed in which they had the Umbric symbol usually at the center or the base of the tattoo.
And like I said, like if it was evocation, the Umbric is similar, if not the same. Like between different evocation tattoos, because I know.
Oh, the Umbric would be different.
Different, okay.
But the vibes are different. Or the same.
But yeah, the same kind of evocation. Okay.
Yep. As your 2 days of travel goes, you
We're heading to Charos.
To Lake Charles.
You have enough rations to get to where you need to go, but you are beginning to run a bit low. Certainly because you weren't able to restock much in Skaldarath. But on the morning of the second day of the third day, just as last time, you see in the distance a large landform ascending
That was a dragon.
from the flat wasteland before you.
Sorry, can you say that again? We saw what?
A tall, mounded landform ascending from the vast red wasteland before you.
Is it like an anthill?
A big old bug mound.
Charos unfolds beneath you, an earthy respite among the unforgiving wasteland. The city's architecture, now you can see, surrounding a large anthill type structure, is crafted from scorched wood, colorful silk, and carapace shells, weaving through the massive insect mound at the center. A colossal guardian of the sustenance and supplies that the people of Charos rely on. Muted hues of homes and businesses hint at both ancient history and a vibrant tourism as travelers of all sizes walk the sandy streets. Valoth, you were piloting the ship, and with how busy this city is, it's unlikely they've noticed you as of yet. Where would you like to put down?
Same trick. An hour outside of town. I'm going to use Skywrite
Okay,
best I can to try to hide our descent.
understood. Make a stealth check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. And this does not include my vehicle proficiency, right?
No.
Dude, that was some good rolls at disadvantage.
You got some stuff over here.
No, they were actually good.
Oh,
I've got
okay.
it was a 15 and a 16
I
on the
thought you were being
dice.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
No, so a 17 with disadvantage.
Yeah. Especially with your aptitude for piloting the ship, you feel as though nobody could have possibly seen you. Most of the people seem pretty self-absorbed in the city and the surrounding area. Nobody's looking out to the wastes. And so you're able to find an area to park the ship. Although, as you set down about an hour outside of Charos, you begin to realize that there is no cover for the ship here. Unlike Skaldaroth, where you were able to park the ship amongst a plethora of burnt trees, there is nothing. It is just empty, vast land. Imagine Phantom Menace, where they parked the ship on Tatooine, like way out in the distance on the outskirts.
Everything in your mind is just Star Wars related.
Not everything.
Especially here, because there's like
Yeah.
15,000 desert planets.
There are
in
a
Star
lot
Wars.
of desert planets in Star Wars.
Yeah, you have a universe to create. What do you do? Fill it with cyan.
Desert.
Drazad, might we come up with a different lock passcode for the ship?
Can we put the whole ship in
I can.
the box for the magic items?
I think it'd have to fit in the opening.
Yeah.
Why do we need to change it? Did you tell Odd?
No, but I can suggest a passcode that is quite difficult to crack.
Okay.
I believe they would need a 23 investigation check to try to crack the code.
Deal.
Because I can decrypt and encrypt things, and that's one of the things that I have. As
Oh, really?
That's one of my things. Yeah, that's why my books. I'm having you guys roll like that's because it literally like I have a
The
thing that
shit
was.
is all
Was it
encrypted.
the anus?
I can encrypt it. Yeah.
But can
He
you
writes encrypted text.
So you're saying like write over the things on the log?
No, just like whatever code we pick, it'll be like encrypted in some way. So like,
You know when you
dope.
type
Okay.
in a password and Siri's like, do you want to use this difficult password? He is Siri.
yeah.
Yeah.
God,
that.
no, choose my own. Thank you. No. Heck yeah, let's do it. Okay,
And we
let's
can
change the log.
change some of the letters and whatnot on the lock, so it's in multiple different languages as well.
What? Is that locking our like items or just the?
Just to
Just to
fly
start
the
it.
ship. Yeah.
Okay.
What items do we have?
I don't
on the
know.
ship?
Do
Yeah.
we? I mean, I imagine there's like a place to go below where we have like.
Yeah.
There's like our pillows
Yeah,
and
that's where
whatnot.
the
Pillows or
storage.
beddings, like that fancy stuff.
Yeah, well,
Do we want homeboy to stay watch?
Not by himself.
Matavi?
Yeah, Matavi.
In my traveling experience, it would be best for us to carry whatever we want to keep with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. We should just take whatever we don't want to get stolen. On the ship.
Where's your necromancer burrito?
We threw
Oh,
him
you
over.
threw
Oh,
him
yeah,
over.
we threw,
You made
we
a
threw him
soup.
over
Oh, yeah, that's
in
right.
the boiling ocean.
We made tamales.
As Matavi kind of looks towards the sky, he wipes a bit of sweat from his brow.
Perhaps we should get going. I can't imagine this walk is going to be easy.
I'll ritual cast Skywrite every now and again to give us some cloud cover.
That spell, you were getting some mileage.
Yeah.
Dude, I know, and I picked it as flavor because I'm
Is
like,
it a
I write
so
things.
good.
I'm like,
Is it a
Yeah.
cantrip or a spell?
it's a spell, but I can
Spell's
ritual cast
ritual.
it.
Ah.
Nice.
So the five of you begin to walk towards Charos, and as you grow nearer, the mound becomes more and more impressive. You can see that it is a hive of sorts with multiple holes poking in every direction. There is what appears to be a large main entrance at the base from which the city is pouring out of and surrounding the mound, but it appears to have many different entry points as you make your way closer. But before you even get to the mouth of the mound, you see the rest of the city, bustling markets, homes made of stone, some a bit more hovel-like in what you experienced in Skaldaroth. But you see more than tieflings here. You see half-elves, you see humans, you see dwarves, you see half-orcs, you see all manner of people winding through the streets, many of them with a bit of excitement in their eyes as they look at the culture brought to them of Zealous.
Are the cities going like up and around the mound?
There are some structures attached to the outside of the mound, but the majority of the city is
At its base.
on the ground at the base.
Around it, in front of it, behind it?
All around it, like in a. You can imagine the city sort of a donut. The mound is in the middle, and the city actually goes into the mound as well.
How big of a mound is this?
Huge.
Okay.
120 feet?
Like,
No,
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Those
like-
skyscrapers type, like
I mean, Manhattan Island.
oh,
Big.
Geez, that big?
It is huge.
Oh, okay.
It's like a mountain.
I can't picture
It's like a
New
big.
York.
It's like a mountain.
Like
It's as big.
New York
It is a
City.
mountain. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bug-made mountain.
Okay. I can't picture. I
That's
simply
okay.
don't
That's all
remember what a mountain looks like.
Imagine just a giant anthill as big as big.
That's making
What
it
if-
worse.
okay,
Like,
you know the
it's
Matterhorn?
Imagine you were an
The
ant.
Matterhorn.
fine.
Hey,
Okay.
literally make a mountain out of a molehill. You got it. That's it. Perfect.
It's no smaller than a mountain.
No less.
No
Yeah.
less smaller, bigger than a mountain.
They're about the same size.
I'm too literal.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are we doing? We gotta go find this lady who had the staff.
We gotta go into.
She
the
went into.
tunnels.
Last she was seen in the mountains, but they don't like people, or they're very selective of who they let in. I believe it might
Oh,
be a
yeah?
class system that they've got going on here. The inside might be the
I
rich
think,
people, and out might be.
Oh, okay. Well, we can find our way in there.
Shade seems to be a hot commodity here, so in would probably be better.
Ah, that's a good point.
Hmm.
I think we need to just quickly resupply on food and then go in, or try to make our way in.
Okay. As it so happens, entering the city, you come across an open street market, very similar to what you found in the Iron Fair a time ago. You see many different stalls selling different delicacies. Some of them local zealous food that you recognize, and some of it comforts from home. Things that you know from across the border. So it's easy enough for you to restock on your rations and pull together some supplies. I'll say overall you spend about 5 gold
All right,
making
I
this
got
happen.
I've got 0.
that. I got that.
Yeah, I don't think I have any gold either anymore. Nope.
But as you look upon the stalls, you see a number of shops that don't sell the necessities. Shops that sell delicacies and things that are unique to the land of Zealous.
Big bugs.
Big bucks.
Big bugs.
Like what? Like what's unique?
Well, the first thing that you spy, I will say, is...
What do we
Let me
spy
get out
with my
my-
little eye?
With our little eyes.
You see a ramshackle stone structure with silken doorways that blow in the wind. People are walking in and out quite frequently. You see some of them are leaving with adventuring paraphernalia. And out front, there's actually a rather rotund tiefling, which is not something you've seen before.
Yeah, that's weird to even think about.
Yeah. Who is actually putting a large slate of wood over the door and running a chain across it as the last few patrons leave.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't close up just yet.
Can I help you, friend?
Yeah, we were interested in your wares.
I'm going on a bit of a wilderness excursion. As he points to the sign above, you see Dust Strider Wilderness Outfitters and guides.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
I wouldn't advise it.
Why not?
There's a storm that's coming down from Clyatir. It will make the Black Pass unbearable.
What if we're trying to go down into the tunnels?
How far down are you looking to go? I don't recognize your faces. You must be not from around here.
Yeah, we're not obviously not from around here. But how far down do they go?
Well, I offer tours in the wasteland wilderness to expose people to the beauty of nothingness, or something like that. But I can tell you the tunnels go quite deep. And in my excursions, I've even heard tell of similar tunnels near Clyatir. Alcazir.
Do they connect?
One would imagine so, but I know none.
I like to believe all the tunnels connect.
They could. Indeed. And I like your spirit, friend. But I would advise against going too deep into the mountain's tunnels.
Well,
There are dangerous things down there.
Like rich people?
The rich people would dare not go in such a place. They have too much to lose.
We heard-
Theory was incorrect.
Yes, we heard you needed special permission to get into the mound.
Well, you can go as a tourist, but they're not going to let you go much further than the ground level. If you want to see the real stuff, you'll need to sign up as a harvester at the guild.
a harvester.
You could not just take us down there and then let us go on about our merry way?
That's not what I do.
But a harvester of what?
Bug's life, baby.
Well, the mound supplies us with many things. Moisture, water, sustenance from the animals and bugs that live there.
Drazad's favorite.
There are bugs that live in the mound underground?
What do you think made the mound?
Well, I understand that, but the mound could have been made 2 centuries ago.
And the bugs don't care that we're here? Y'all are here?
How big are the bugs?
They can get quite big. It depends on how deep you go.
So the
Many of
deeper
the
you
bugs
go,
that we hunt and gather are on surface level. They're relatively population controlled.
so the deeper you go, the bigger the bugs get.
We can only imagine. I don't know many people that have gone and come back to tell about it.
That sounds like Fireball.
What about the
to
people
me.
you do know that went down?
Well, they
When was
said
the
they
last
found
time-
some big bugs.
When was the last time somebody went down, like deep?
Heyo. Sorry.
I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I usually conduct my business in the wastelands, but perhaps you could ask the people at the
At the guild?
guild.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure they keep a pretty close eye on who goes down there and who comes back.
So what kind of adventure gear do you have, or?
Well, it's things that would help you in the bright rays of the sun, perhaps keep some of the pesky insects off of you at night. And of course, I offer my services as a guide so that you don't get lost in the wastes. It happens more than you would think.
What keeps the bugs off of you?
He kind of turns around and unchains the door, opens it. One moment.
Is it bug repellent?
I'm thinking it's a sword. It's just
Yeah.
like that's what I was like.
It's a fly swatter with a guard and a handle.
He walks back out with a surprisingly elegant silken robe that is basically mosquito netting from the sleeves down. Breathable, yet able to repel the itchy menace.
Oh, so the smaller bugs.
Of course,
I
this
thought
would not work on the big bugs
you, yeah,
beneath.
I thought you were gonna come back with like a repellent or something like that.
We
Some kind of potion.
potion. Well, if you're looking for something like that, my friend does run an apothecary near the mouth of the mound.
Okay.
She's been getting quite a few customers lately, and her stuff's good. She knows what she's doing.
So you are telling me that there are bugs down there, that they're big enough, that you're worried, that you're okay with the netting not working on. Like you just accepted that fact and still would go down there.
Well, anything more, and you'd need armor.
Right.
Drazad is not
Your
going in that
armor
mound
would
with us.
hold against most things, I think.
Definitely. That is why Drazad has it.
Mhm.
It
Why would
also
you-
repels spells.
I do not understand these people.
Really?
Yeah, it
No, it does not. He's trying
This
to
is quite
gaslight
a find.
It
No,
absolutely does.
He's trying to gaslight you.
How much do you want for it?
5,000
Any
gold.
price.
It was free, yeah.
5,000 gold, yeah.
Wait, no, that thing was like 60,000. That seems like the right. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
I happen to have a chance cube here.
More than that, for sure. Jedi mind tricks on that.
We'll take that up.
I do actually have chance cubes. They're in the closet somewhere over there.
Oh my god, I will take one.
Yeah, you do.
But in any case, I'm afraid that I'm not going to be making very many sales, so I figured I'd cut early.
Yeah.
With the storm rolling in, nobody's going to be venturing out into the wastes. Many of them will probably be hunkered down in their homes and perhaps checking out what the mound has to offer.
Is the
We'll be
guild in the
second.
mountain?
The guild is in the mound.
Okay.
Easy to spot, can't miss it.
So is there like one
Bugs
big like
everywhere.
hole in the ground that goes down to all of the...
There are a number of ways to get further down, but many of them are well guarded, as I understand.
No, that is fair.
By bugs or by denizens of the...
Why not both?
Yeah. I'm about to say, there's a neutral zone somewhere.
Again, you see.
Just that. Do you not like
It's a good
bugs?
thing you got that new light.
It is
stick.
not that I dislike the bugs. There's something weird about the bugs here. Because there's not like the rust monster bug. That they were cool. They were chill,
Mhm.
you know?
You haven't given him a chance yet.
But these... He just said nobody basically comes back up from going down there.
Well,
come-
if you go
we'll
too
come
far.
back. Yeah. We'll come back. It's
Maybe I could talk to them again, you know? Okay, let's go. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Gotta commune with the bugs.
It's just a room full of new friends.
So the
That
five of
sounds
you begin walking towards the mound, and as you do, you feel a slight rumbling beneath your feet as the vibrations of the hive
Oh.
begin to make you more aware of exactly how populated this mound is. But just before the
Gas and
mouth,
fireball for
you do
sure.
see off to the right a sign indicating Karina's Apothecary. It is a stone building with an entrance draped in silk curtains that gently sway in the bustling market breeze. Would you like to go in there? or
yeah,
you-
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, as you kind of peer in, you see, or rather you smell the aroma of dried herbs and potent concoctions as sunlight filters through behind you, casting a warm glow on apothecary jars filled with herbs, tinctures, and mysterious elixirs not from here. Karina herself, a half-elf with a gaze as wise as the remedies she provides, welcomes you amidst a surprising amount of foliage in specialized jars behind the counter.
Insight check.
Okay.
Is she high?
Roll insight, man.
14.
She carries herself very well.
What does that mean?
Dun, dun, dun.
She does not appear to
She's a
be
professional.
imbibed.
She's a professor. Child. Can't tell the difference.
Welcome in. I'll be right there. I'm working on something now, but is there something you're looking for?
We're planning on going real deep down. We were looking for some, maybe, bug repellent.
In the mound.
Yeah.
It's just a font of information to anyone we meet.
I don't
Yes.
have any
Is he wrong?
repellent, though that is a good idea.
How down the road they went.
Perhaps
No.
the foliage from... And she moves over and begins plucking something, kind of grinding it up and smelling it. Probably not. But I do have some various concoctions that could help keep you safe.
We'll take them all.
What, did anybody else come through
He doesn't
looking
have
for
that much
stuff
money
like
anymore.
that?
Oh, people come through all the time. I actually regularly make emergency supplies for the guild.
Okay. Well, what do you got? What's your emergency supply bag?
Well, what I am making now is a batch of healing salve. It allows you to spend 2 hit die immediately. You use it as a potion.
Oh,
So it's like healing, but you're spending your hit die.
yeah.
That's fun.
I offer them as a one-time use 75 gold piece.
Yeah, we're poor now.
Yep. I don't even know if I have any gold.
I have some.
Drazad
left over.
sees Odd not offer up immediately and go,
What?
"What is wrong? Do you not want to buy it, Odd?
I do want to buy it.
Then buy it."
I do want to buy it. It's just a little pricey now.
If you don't have the money, I understand.
yeah.
I'm not hurting here, and I would like to see you all safe. Maybe I could come down to 50 gold.
What about 34?
Do you take payment
It's
plans?
a very specific number.
You begin to realize that she's kind of haggling herself here,
yeah.
and she might be a little too kind to be running a business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would it be like sal for each of us, or just one application?
Probably
of
one
sal?
application.
One
It's
per
a
50.
single use.
Yeah.
Only a single use, 10 gold.
I don't think I could go that low.
I mean,
mean-
Jazad, let's good cop bad copper. I say that every day. 10? No, it's easily worth 15.
I think it might be worth a lot more than that.
I-
Make a deception check.
I
Okay.
think it is worth more than that. We just unfortunately have spent our gold on other things.
Deception
Dude, I mean, we got
16?
plenty of things in the chat over there too.
plus 6.
Oh,
So 22.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I did have a little bit left over from my last batch. I'd be willing to give to you on the house as a trial, and that way you have something just in case something goes awry down there. You don't look like you're from here, and
We have
forgive me
3.
for saying I would hate to see something happen to you.
Is it? It can't be that bad.
Well, I know it's heavily regulated,
I
and
tell
I
you-
wouldn't want to go
I
down
tell you
there.
what. We will.
There's a
take,
reason my shop is just outside of the mountain.
We'll take your free
Sample.
sample, so we can get hooked on it, and then when we have some more money, we'll come back and buy some more.
Absolutely. And you raise a great idea about making a repellent. I really only had thought about fixing the damage that was done. Maybe I could make something that works on at least the certain types of critters. Maybe by the time you come back, I'll have some of that ready.
Okay.
If we come back.
Yeah.
If you come
We're
come
gonna
back.
Come back. It's fine.
We
Well,
might not stop by on the way out. I'm just not sure
Oh, I got you.
our
I
plans.
text
I
On
meant
to
that
the-
to sound
on to
like
the
we're gonna
guild.
die,
Yeah.
but Val would be like, I mean, we might not stop by.
Yeah. Valoth, you take the salve.
I already have a healing potion.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I still
Yeah.
have
Take
one.
the salve too.
Why don't
It's the
you,
second highest
It's
AC
not,
now.
It's not for you.
That
It's
just
not-
does.
It's
It's not for
put
you.
on- okay.
It's for you to rub on me whenever I die, protecting you.
it's Vicks Vapor.
Inevitably.
Yeah, it is. It is Vicks Vapor. I'm sorry, baby. Effervescent. And then we head to the guild.
As the five of you begin to turn to leave, you hear the shop owner. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. And the five of you are back onto the street now.
Yeah, Val is gonna say back, "You're welcome."
Drazad just goes,
Just have to go.
"Oh, Drazad is
Slipped her
cool.
some
Drazad
gold.
is cool."
I slipped her some gold.
Drazad,
It's fine. I felt bad for the gold.
you
It's fine. Be cool, Jazad.
Drazad, until I met Odd, basically we did like not care about gold necessarily, but we cannot just be giving away stuff willy-nilly like this.
Imagine we'll find a body to loot down there. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good point. We could find. Oh, what if we find a giant bug made out of gold?
that's
Yeah,
not.
anything is possible, Jazad.
I literally would rather a regular bug.
Jazad, do you happen to have a way to locate
Oh my
objects?
gosh, another 5 gifted
Yes.
memberships. Thanks.
Hey,
Justinian.
Justinian!
Do you
Thank
think?
you.
Oh,
If you guys, hey,
Justinian.
if you guys are interested in our live stream, definitely check out Darkeport. Darkport. I think their link is still in the description below if you want to check out their live stream. They run some really cool stuff, really good production quality. So thank you so much, and welcome 5 new members to the Chaos Crew.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Welcome to making some
It is chaos.
Welcome.
Dressage, I do have this drawing. I'm not sure if you can locate something based off of a drawing, but I did take down all in immense detail everything about the staff.
Oh, about the stuff that Isolde had?
Yes,
Well, I mean,
based on
also,
the statue. If you
I did also see the statue, so I do know what it
yes, but if you need a refresher of any kind,
looks like.
with the runes on it
He
and
wants
whatnot.
to show off his skill.
That would probably help.
No, I haven't actually drawn it, but Valoth
Oh.
would have. I have not.
No, I was saying Valoth
Oh,
wanted
no,
to show
no.
off his art skills.
Just that's Val's way of suggesting
So
to find her. We might want to find the staff because we've never met her, so
Yeah.
locate creature might not work.
So I'll take the drawing, but I think we should probably wait until we get further into the mound.
Oh, for sure, not right now.
Yeah.
Just in case you needed to study it. I don't know how that spell particularly works.
I'll
What
take
if we
it and
just
begin
go down
studying
there and
the-
call her name?
I like that.
Isolde!
I like it. Yeah.
There's not, let's see if we hear the clicking of pincers first.
Okay.
As you turn your
To the
sights from the apothecary towards the mound, you now see that the entrance is not only just a large opening, it has been carved out from the mound itself and offers a glimpse at many different intricate symbols along the pillars, some of which are Umbric runes.
Don't we need to tell the guild we're going to be harvesters?
Well, the guild is inside
Yeah,
of the
it's
ground
like-
floor.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was outside.
It's
like,
the-
It's like a lobby
Yeah.
of the mound. It's got some
It's the
buildings.
gift shop. It's the gift shop you have to walk through in order to get
We get
out.
off, exit through gift shop.
Yeah, exit through gift
I want to
shop.
make note of any Umbric runes
ETG.
that I haven't already put in my book.
Okay,
I'm working on like a complete set of as many of these things that I can.
gotcha. Isolde would be proud. The five of you step through the intricately adorned entrance of the insect mound, and the world within carries a subtle hum of industrious insects as shafts of light pour from numerous openings above you. The tunnels unfurl in a labyrinthine hive of activity. Deeper in, soft bioluminescent glows emanate from insects clinging to the walls, illuminating the silent movements of tiefling harvesters navigating their various paths. All of this reminding you that even in this wasteland of tragedy, there is beauty in life. Outstretched before you, you see several different shops and stalls, and in particular, near the back of the room where one of the larger tunnel openings is, you see a very large, elaborate stone structure held up by resplendent pillars of the same material that the mound is made from. You imagine that this must be the guild hall. As you walk up to it, there are no doors to speak of. It is open for people to walk in and explore. And as you enter, you see your surroundings changed from loosely cobbled stone mixed in with dirt to extremely vibrant and well embellished mosaic tiles depicting the sun, the red landscape of Zealous, the black hills in the distance. A landscape unfurls at your feet. And as you walk through this glorious hallway, you are eventually face to face with a man behind the counter. What can I do for you?
This is a dwarf?
I am,
Oh,
sort of.
sorry.
And as you look more upon his features, you see that he doesn't necessarily have horns, but he has spikes that run the length of each side of his head. And he's a deep crimson color, almost black, a little brown mixed in there.
Is he a tiefling under dark dwarf
You
mix?
see a tail.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Come to submit your applications, I take it.
What is your name? You are fascinating.
I'm Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Odd has a crush.
No,
Odd has a
yeah.
crush.
You
Don't stab me, please. Or
you
do.
Yeah, that just seals the deal. Like,
Do you get distracted this easily all the time?
yes.
Bode well for your application.
Are you grading me?
Now, see, that is
It's
a man.
important that we only send people down that can manage themselves.
Oh, don't worry, we can manage ourselves.
Now, that is
Yeah,
a
we're
very
pretty-
smart man.
Ew. Sorry.
We're pretty
And
good at
what qualifications do you have?
that.
I have this, and I hold out the Ron Swanson paper that says I can do what I want.
I do what I want.
I take it you've spent some time in some of the other cities. You at least know
Yes,
what you'd be
actually,
looking
I'm
for down there.
proficient in flying the kites off the coast of the city that we
Skuldaroth.
were just in. Skuldaroth.
Yeah.
Trying to make it to it.
I'm also
And I've collected water that way.
Skuldaroth.
Yes.
There's not many that come from out there.
We spent some time there. We learned a few things from the locals.
Unfortunately, we're not much of the kite flying variety.
what are
Right.
we looking for? What
But
skills are you looking for?
You asked
here?
what experience I had, and I answered honestly.
Well, realistically, we need people that can handle themselves in a fight, first and foremost.
Okay,
in case things go
We're
awry.
very good at that. I single-handedly saved not only these people, but also a halfling woman from the jaws of a giant killer robot.
And by result, an entire town.
And we can change into bears. Me and Matavi. So I'm pointing to you.
No.
And Drazat has this.
Yes, I can.
Lightbringer.
Yes, I can do that. That is what I do. I'm a druid. I can do that.
Rizad has this.
Well, at the very least, we may need to conduct a series of tests to make sure you're combat ready. But more than that, we need to make sure that you know exactly what you need to be collecting.
Yeah, I heard
There are
about
certain species that gather moisture in their layers.
that. Oh,
That is how we get our water here.
cool.
There are certain species that are edible, and there are certain ones that are not. We've had many a mix-up in our time here.
So,
Is there a manual?
Not really.
you should make one.
It sounded very dire the way he answered
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Like they did have one and then it died?
It's not so much that we had a manual in the past.
Was that a person?
No, we trust the locals. Many of the people that have come here in hopes of working and living in Charos have found themselves confused about certain species that look alike, and we found that the manuals we had did
Mix them up.
more harm than good.
So, Dimitri, did somebody come through here and went down and have to prove herself to you, wielding a staff with a bunch of funny runes on them?
With a bunch of those, and I'll point out to any Umbric that might be around.
Why are we?
I'm familiar with these family crests. The ones you see out front are the ones.
Did he make a history check? Is that what you rolled? Can I port in that? Can I make it better? No,
You can port it without knowing what it is.
yeah. Yeah, I would want to make it an 18. Whatever the dice is, so then plus whatever he has.
Okay. The characters out there are. They dictate the lineage of the people that founded this place.
The locals.
Well, several very powerful thieving families here.
Okay.
But to answer your question, I've not seen anyone like that with staff as you described. But are you with Eve by chance?
Yes.
Make a deception check.
And I'll start saying, of course, how could you not
Also,
have
can
known
I
we were with
can I
Eve?
insight if that he knows about the staff?
God.
Yeah.
Like knowing that I
30-20.
oh my
30
gosh.
twines.
13 on my insight. Or 23, sorry. 23 on my insight. Did math wrong.
You get the feeling that like he knows this, like of the staff because it's been described to him before, but he's not seen it. At least
Himself.
he doesn't seem like he's seen it himself.
Okay.
Well, that could change things, actually. I'm afraid
I expect it does.
I'm afraid you only missed her by a handful of days. But she went into the lower levels, and I saw firsthand she could handle herself in a fight. She just, she was dead set on finding this staff you describe. And the person that carried it said it was a family heirloom of hers.
Did he believe you whenever you...
Are you here to help her?
Yeah.
Does she need aid?
She sent us to follow behind and as backup.
And I was worried as well because whenever she left, did she happen to have her sword on her side when you saw her? With a red hilt on it?
I do seem to recall a blade, yes.
What you thought?
With a red hilt on it by chance?
Well,
That
it
is
had a
her
red
sword.
jewel embedded in the hilt.
Sorry, Mabes.
Yeah, right.
That is... Okay, good. That is fine. She will be okay then while she is in the tunnels. She has her sword.
I saw her use it. She's good at what she does. I'm surprised she even needs help.
We're the cleanup crew.
Speed in numbers.
Well, at the very least, I'm not allowed to make any exceptions without involving the head of the guild.
Well, no, I mean...
And if
But
Maybe
I follow me.
Okay.
He kind of hops down from his stool and begins walking towards a set of stairs across from you in the room.
How far is he out of your... Is he out of your shot?
You can wait until he is.
Okay. As soon as he is, I'll go. The lady that bumped into us at Millstacks is Eve.
How do you remember these things?
I really don't know, but there was something in my brain that was like, there was something I remember about that
I don't
lady.
remember who even bumped into us.
She was
It
a
was
lady
just
in a
a lady
cloak,
leaving.
and that was
In
like
a
the only
cloak,
thing we
yeah.
noticed about her.
But she was
But she was, I think, leaving
she
like
was-
out of Marilyn's office or
and
out of the
she
back.
was the
or
one-
something.
she was going in.
she
I-
provided
No,
no,
she's
she
leaving.
leaving out.
she provided the obsidian. Right? She was the
Oh,
supplier.
Almost.
to-
I don't think we ever
I'd
got
have
like
to look
I think
like
that's what
hard
Marilyn
confirmation,
said, yeah.
but based on what
I'd
was
have to
said.
look.
Marilyn
like,
said
yeah.
it was a woman and then described her and it sounded like that woman
Yep,
Yeah.
Okay.
that passed by us.
She didn't point her out in a lineup, but we're pretty sure.
Yep. And then we can start following old boy. Drazad's interested now.
Yeah.